Good evening, everybody. I'd like to call this meeting of the Council and Committee for the Town of Petawawa to order for October 14th, 2025. Welcome to members of Council and to members of staff and to the thousands of viewers watching at home. We'll start our meeting off with the reading of the land acknowledgement. As we gather this evening, I would like to acknowledge on behalf of the Petawawa Town Council and our community that we are meeting on the traditional territory of the Omami Winini Algonquin people. We would like to thank the Omami Winini people and express our respect and support for their rich history. And we are extremely grateful for their many and continued displays of friendship. We also thank all the generations of people who have taken care of this land for thousands of years, and we wish to acknowledge our shared responsibilities in responding to the Truth and Reconciliation Commission 94 calls to action. Call to action number 71. We call upon all chief coroners and provincial vital statistic agencies that have not provided to the Truth and Reconciliation Commission of Canada their records on the deaths of Aboriginal children in the care of residential school authorities to make these documents available to the National Centre for Truth and Reconciliation. Recent progress, the chief coroners and provincial vital statistics agencies are responsible for this call to action number 71. Are there any disclosures of pecuniary interest on the matters this evening? Okay, we'll jump right into the Public Works Monthly Activity Report for September. Chris?
Thank you, Mayor Service. Good evening, members of council. We'll get right at it. Town Hall office renovation. We are very close to substantial completion on the interior works. Remaining items to complete include the front entrance vestibule, which should be starting this week, and the accessible reception counter. So on Friday, October 17th, we'll be doing our deficiency walkthrough of the interior renovation works. Obviously, the project has taken longer than expected, so we will be ensuring that we go over this with a fine-tooth comb, make sure painting is up to par, ceiling tiles are aligned, tile work on the floor, baseboards are adhered properly. We want to make sure everything is the way we want it. We have waited a long time, so I think it's only fair and right that we get the finished product that we've been expecting. So Ted Marcotte and I will make sure that the walkthrough is completed properly. But we are making progress, so it's good news. Under Civic Center parking lot, that project is also moving along well. It's scheduled for completion at the end of the month, and there's actually not a lot of items left. So we have the lighting poles in the parking lot to install. The fencing for the pickleball court has to be completed, and the paving for the pickleball court, as well as some topsoil and sod works. But other than that, most of the paving work, aside from the pickleball courts, and all the concrete work is complete, and the storm system is all installed. So moving nicely with that project. Under the building condition assessment, the assessment is complete. We're just waiting for the executive report that's coming very soon. Under water and sewer projects, the sanitary sewer upgrade through the Pinehurst Estates started this week. It's scheduled for completion at the end of the month. So everything is going according to plan there. Water tower rehabilitation on Water Tower Road. Again, we're on schedule. The exterior painting is nearing completion and the interior works are ongoing. Grit tank number 2, got good news there. The project was completed on time, on budget, and no contingency was used. Disinfection byproducts reduction study is ongoing. Under road construction projects, Murphy Road, no update there, no changes. Norman Street in and out, so we're still dealing with the legal end of things to complete the resolution of the property encroachment issue that we have. It's just taking a longer time. I guess that's to be expected when you're involved with the lawyers on these things. They don't move to our speeds. So sorry, Lisa. I need to take a shot at lawyers there. It's just the way I should watch what I say. It is what it is. We have the tender is ready. We can't tender until we have the encroachment dealt with. So I will continue to update council on that one. Under Black Bay Road and Eichstead Road, the project is complete. The guide rails were installed last week, so everything is done. That was 4 kilometers of roadway upgraded. Looks really good. Under PXO installations on Herman Street at Kittyland Park parking lot and the second PXO on Herman Street at Doran. The construction is underway now in front of the elementary school. The construction is scheduled for completion at the end of the month. And the Herman Street Doran Road PXO, we're just waiting for Greenwood to complete their works on Doran Road and essentially get out of the construction site so that we can have Parkland come in and install the PXO. So we're really trying hard to get those into place as soon as we can. Under operations for public works, I'm really happy to say that we've started using work orders as of September 15th. It's been a long time coming. So we do have a new system called Lynxfield that we're using for our ADL tracking of our town fleet assets. And as part of that system, we do have a work order system that's being used not only at Public Works, but also at Civic Properties, as well as at Town Hall. So if the front office staff at Town Hall receive an issue that they feel requires a work order, they can issue a work order and it comes to the department head that needs to deal with it. So we're making some good progress in that regard. It's been a long time coming. The week of September 8th, we had our annual winter sand processing, which we've been doing now for, I believe, 3 seasons, maybe 4, but 3 for sure. So what we do is we bring in a pug mill and we mix our winter sand with 10% salt and also a quantity of winter liquid. And we found it's been working really well for the town. It cuts down on the amount of salt that we're using. It's a much cheaper product, but it gives a lot of the benefits of road salt in that it bears the road off. So it's a good investment, and it also helps us with maintaining our level of service and staying away from litigation. We had Public Works staff from the town of Petawawa attend the Renfrew County Road Supers Association annual truck safety rodeo on September 22nd. It was held in Lanark in Carleton Place in cooperation with the Lanark County Road Supers Association. And Cameron Graveline from the town of Petawawa finished in 4th place. So we're getting closer to having the top 3 finish. Under locates, we had another busy month, 201 locates in September. Under procurement, there's lots going on. The Public Works for sure. So we've completed our preventative maintenance services contract for our HVAC in our municipal buildings. Black & McDonald will be looking after that contract. I brought the sport field lighting upgrades to council for approval. We have a communication maintenance services RFQ that will be, I believe, awarding this week. So that will be closed. RFQ PW19, the replacement of the septic sewer. So that's at the OPP detachment. We've been having an ongoing issue there with the septic, but it's a little more than that. It's also the field bed. So we went out for procurement on that. We've hired Do-All Construction to change the septic and field bed. We certainly didn't want to go through the winter months with a scheduled pump out for that type of facility. It's an emergency facility and they need proper septic. So we're going to get that done before the snow flies. I mentioned the pedestrian crossover. The public transportation feasibility study is ongoing. We have the Kittyland Ball Diamond relocation that will be awarded this week, and work on that will be starting soon. Wilbert Street ditching. So a little background on that. It's similar to what we did on Industrial Avenue, where we do the ditching work in 1 year, and then the next year we hope during budget time that we can do an in-house road rehabilitation project on Wilbert, similar to Industrial. So same thing with Wilbert. We're going to do all the ditching and associated culvert works in 2025, and then come to council with a plan for an in-house road rehabilitation project for 2026. And that will be a nice upgrade. Wilbert Street is in pretty rough shape, so it'd be good to get that one cleaned up. And it'll be done in-house, so no contracted men, no engineered services, and substantial savings to the taxpayer. And then the accessible van, we also brought that to council, and it's moving forward. Under civic properties, other than the ice being in, no real big updates there. Water and sanitary, we did have a Q3 notification that we've exceeded our HAs and THMs again at the water plant. This isn't, it's not the first time and it won't be the last time. So we're doing our best to deal with that. And we have our study ongoing right now with Stantec Engineering. Other than that, legislative requirements were all 100%. Our compliances were 100%. And we have a lot of capital projects on the go. As you can see, $312,639 in capital projects to date. And then under the sewage treatment facility, again, a lot of 100%. Legislative requirements are all good. Sampling is good. Flushing is complete. We've had only the one bypass, which is fantastic. I'd like to see zeros there if possible. So all in all, everything is rolling along nicely as we're into the last quarter of the year. There's still lots of work to complete, but I like where we're at. And I think we're starting to see projects coming together now. And I'm happy with the financial lens of them. I think we're going to see them all coming in under where they should be on budget, with no more surprises. So the way I'd like it to be. Happy to take any questions.
Okay, right on. That's a pretty busy month again. And we're still seem to be ramping it up in the month of October. Okay, I'll open it up to council for questions. Councillor Root.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thanks, Chris. Where do we see ourselves with the water tower? When do you see that completed and the low pressure and all that? Like, it's talking end of October, or are we looking a little bit more now than that?
I'm hoping by the end of the month, but it could go into November. However, as soon as the interior works are done, we can start refilling the tower. So the exterior work is almost complete, and they are working on the interior works now. So I have, just for council notice, I have only taken one call from an individual on Silky asking about like some changes with her water pressure. So I'm really happy. It's only been one call.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So that's really good. So Aqua, I think, has done a really good job at mitigating that issue.
Very good.
But as soon as we can, Councillor Roots will have it activated again.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Councillor Kennedy.
Thanks for the report, Chris. Just about the water main breaks, we had predicted 8 and there's only 1. Is that just wondering what because I would assume most of them happen in January, February,
Yeah.
March.
I think through the chair to Councillor Carmody, we could probably change that from 8 to 3 or 4.
Okay.
I think that's probably a number that we've used on the report for many years. But my experience since I've been here in the 5 years, I don't think we've ever had more than 5 in any year. So maybe I'll change that number.
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing very well for a community with as much water and sanitary infrastructure in the ground. The fact that we've only had one main break is really incredible. Some of it has to do with our soils. The sandy soils help. They don't heave quite as much, but also our infrastructure is in good shape.
That'd be good to keep it at 8, and we're always.
Well, okay. Maybe
Looks
that's a
good
good
to be
point.
below. Deputy Mayor Salmon.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for you to Chris. Chris, busy month. I been around this kid for a long time, and I don't recall much many years where it's been a busier time. I'm sure that you and the team will be glad to see the end of October with so many of the projects completed. My question, though, is in regards to the sanitary sewer upgrade at Pinehurst Estates, and recognizing that you're getting close to the end of it, and there was a fairly large contingency fund for very good reasons identified. Just wondering if you've had to tap into any of that contingency with respect to what you thought could be used or where that sits.
Right. Through the chair to Deputy Mayor Stavron. So yes, we did have a large contingency for Pinehurst, and that had to do with concerns over having to pump out water. So what we are doing is we are installing three temporary well chambers to collect the water and pump it to different areas. There may be some cost to that, but I'm not seeing a requirement to use the whole contingency. I believe the contingency was 150,000 for the removal of excess water. I'm not hearing those concerns. It's been so dry, which is probably helping in that regard with lower groundwater levels. At the last meeting we had on site last week, there's only one area in particular that they found through some test holes that was quite wet. So that's a really good sign. The whole project is 300 meters in length. So if we only have one specific area to fight through, I think we'll be in good shape.
Thank you. That's good news. Thanks.
And it was nice on our tour today. We saw the tree removal had already taken place and the work is well underway. Yeah, good. Further questions from members of the council? Can you send a big congratulations to Cam Draveling for his fourth place performance?
Yep.
That's pretty impressive. And I guess to all the other contestants too. How many contestants did Petawawa have?
There were 22 drivers in total, and I believe we had 5 drivers from the town.
Yeah, congratulations to everybody. And the Wilbert Street, so that's it, just off Dundonald?
Correct.
And connects to Fred there? So all of that entire project, including what we're doing this year, is all going to be in-house?
Yes.
Well, that's perfect.
That's what I
The
want to see.
delivery,
I like
that's
it
great.
nice. Yeah.
The delivery of the accessible stand, do we know when that's going to take place?
I just have to finish signing the purchase order and getting the check sent, and they say within 7 weeks.
So it might be up and running before Christmas then?
We would have delivery, but it would not be in service by then.
Okay.
We'll still have to get it decked out with our new colors.
So best case scenario, we're looking at the new year
Yeah, I would
for our
think.
residents to use it?
Mhm.
Okay, that's good. All right, any other questions? Okay, then I need a motion to accept the report. Moved by Councillor Coutu, seconded by Councillor Carmody, that the Public Works monthly activity report be accepted as information. I'll call for the vote. All in favor? It's carried. Thanks, Chris. Good job.
Have a good evening.
Next, we have the Economic Development Report for September. Christine. And thanks, Chris, for all your work today in our presentation to our MPP.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yep, it was a good field trip too on the tour, so comfortable in the evening.
Good evening, Mayor and members of council. This is the Economic Development Report for the month of September. Specifically relating to commercial businesses, we registered Language Matters and Rising Kind Holistic Health. We also registered in a home environment, Apex Construction, Granite and Oak, and fielded 2 additional inquiries. And with regards to the industrial land, again, continuing to advance the portfolio and responding to opportunities for smaller scale businesses to lease property in that area. We are getting very limited on available industrial land, and that was one of the conversations that was had with MPP Mr. Dino today. With regards to the community improvement plan, additional communications with some local businesses, and there is an application for a business that we'll discuss following this particular report. I did meet with a business looking to occupy space at 20 Wolf Plaza, and those meetings are ongoing, and the work with the new owners continues to move the yardstick forward. We are waiting for their architect information and designs in order to be able to issue permits for the individual tenants to start fitting up some of those units. So it's in their court right at the moment, and we stay in constant communication.
Now, there's a sentence we haven't heard in some time, and it's very refreshing to hear that type of sentence.
There's been a couple of inquiries on some home-based residential opportunities converting to commercial, so we have been working with that. You probably saw that Eva's Cafe has opened at the former location of Milano's Pizzeria location on Petawawa Boulevard. So in September, I started discussions on that opportunity with Eva's Cafe, and it has reopened. It opened on Friday as Eva's Pizza. So there. And then I also did have an opportunity to connect with Remy from Beyond Nutrition. Again, she is celebrating an anniversary year, and we have been trying to do that collaboration. She also has some new partnership opportunities, and so we wanted to highlight that, and we did so in our social media campaign. Ongoing, communications and marketing related to our business news posts direct to our business community. Circulating relevant information on our Petawawa Business Advisory Network social pages. The Ramble, lots of engagement on the Ramble as it ramps up and takes place this weekend. And the Petawawa Container Market is in its last week of operations this particular week outside of the Holiday Tailgate Market, which will come up. We have been promoting the Veteran Business Vendor Expo. It's going in its 4th year. Will take place on November the 1st. So we've been engaging with the veteran vendor business community to get that program up and running. Ongoing website work, and did post on the municipal website all of the engagement documents related to the Norman Street public meeting, which happened. We participated and set up and then attended the Upper Ottawa Valley Chamber of Commerce Business Excellence Gala, which happened on September 26th. At the Container Market, we did host our fall night market on September the 19th. We had 23 vendors, 2 musical entertainers, and we estimated 1,000 people attended that particular event. It was very well attended. It was a beautiful night. It was very, very well received by the public, and it was funny seeing people who had attended on the Friday night the following day also attend the market. That was very good. Other activities included additional work in wayfinding, getting ready for the grant submission, meeting with Anya of the Rural Arts Culture Advocacy and Consulting Group, and engaged her to support us through the Community Art Project. Ongoing information, including attending that Norman Street information session, and then a series of senior staff and council meetings. I did submit the ROD funding application on September the 18th, so that has been completed. Just a couple of upcoming events that I would like to remind council and the viewing public of is that it is Ramble weekend. The 16th at 10 a.m. at Remax is the opening ceremonies and the awards for the residential Ramble participants. Of course, there's a whole host of events happening as part of the Ramble, more than 20 events taking place within the businesses and community locations. So there's still opportunity to purchase tickets and participate in those items that are ticketed, such as Farm to Trail. And certainly there's a lot of free activities, so we do hope the community comes out and enjoys those free opportunities. It culminates on October the 19th at the Petawawa Container Market. We have the CNL sponsored Family Day. Rotary sponsors the Miniput for the community, and Culture Connect, because we couldn't do an event with them in June this year. We are doing a Culture Connect, so there will be a series of ethnic food opportunities to engage with, and they will be hosting kids activity as part of that particular event as well. October 23rd is the Algonquin College Business Leadership Forum. November 1st, I've already mentioned the Veteran Business Vendor Expo in the upper hall of the Civic Center. November 25th is the Rooted in Resilience Renfrew County Economic Development Summit. And December 6th is the start of Marion Bright and Holiday Tailgate Market.
Talking about Christmas already?
Oh, yeah.
It's not that far away. And that's everything on this particular.
Okay, questions on the report? Councilor Root.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Christine, great work, busy, lots done. And this ramble is getting like lots of traction. It's the conversation and it's the buzzword everywhere. So I think this weekend, if we get some weather, welcome to Petawawa. It's gonna be great. Thank you.
Further questions or comments on the report? I'll also add that as part of the ramble this year, for the first time, there's an Algonquin trail run, 3.2 kilometer Munchkin run, 5 kilometer and a 10 kilometer adult run, all along the Algonquin Trail, sponsored by Independent Iskas, Independent Grocers, and Doghouse Brewery. And I think that's it for the ramble. I did have a question for you about Anya and the rural arts, because the Rural Arts Committee did come to the county and do a presentation, and they talked a lot about their traveling gallery. Is that one of the possibilities for the town of Petawawa, or are we looking at something else?
So we did talk about the traveling gallery. The work with Anya in this particular case is her own cultural advocacy and consulting business. So this is a separate contract with Anya herself, not OVKS. To support our community projects through our wayfinding and our Petawawa Letter Sign project. But we have met with Anya on the other items and have committed to support a particular project that OVKS has. We're just waiting for timelines and their successful application to a funding program.
Okay, sounds good. It'd be great to have them partner with the town in some capacity. Okay, and good work on, as Councilor Root said, on the ramble. There is a lot of buzz, not just in the town of Petawawa, but all over the place. People are hearing about it from afar now. Okay, there are no further questions. Then I need a motion to accept the report. Moved by Deputy Mayor Sabrin, second by Councilor Roots, that the Economic Development Monthly Activity Report be accepted as information. I'll call for the vote. All in favor? It's carried. Okay, next we have ED-22-2025. Community Improvement Plan for Flourish. Christine?
Yeah, so this application is for up to $5,000 under the Building Facade and Improvement Grant for Amy Robinson, who is our applicant at 319 Petawawa Boulevard. This is Amy's third application to the CIP program. So an initial one was her signage program, followed by her EV charging opportunity, and then this particular ask. So again, the intent of the program to continue to improve the property to meet the needs of not only the business but the community engagement at large, and improving the beautification and the visibility of the properties to keep their value. So in this particular instance, the applicant is looking to replace the rear door, which is no longer closing. It's also an energy efficient scenario. Install some new eaves troughs and downspouts to deal with some water pooling issues that are around the base of the commercial property, and to deal with a deteriorated windowsill that is currently a safety and hazard, and barricade two of the basement windows rather than replacing them. Upon reviewing the request, they are eligible under the Building Facade and Improvement Grant. And there is sufficient funds within the CIP envelope should council wish to support this particular application. Happy to take any questions.
Questions on the report? I just have one question, I guess. Is there a limit during a calendar year how many times a business can apply, or a limit over the lifetime of the program that a business can apply?
Not in the way that our current CIP endorsed by council bylaw is written. The way it's written is applicants can come as many times as there is funding available and the willingness of council to support the project.
I think it's good. And it's great to see so many businesses taking the opportunity to use that CIP fund. Any other questions? Okay, if you're comfortable, then I need a motion. Moved by Councillor Coutu, seconded by Deputy Mayor Sabrin, that council, under the Community Improvement Plan adopted by Bylaw 1441/21, enter into a funding agreement with Amy Robinson, applicant, located at 3191 Petawawa Boulevard, permitting a CIP financial incentive of up to $5,000 under the Building Facade and Improvement Grant. I'll call for the vote. All in favor? It's carried. Thanks, Christine.
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay, next we have Finance, FIN-21-2025, the September 2025 expenditure report. Welcome, Paula.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor and members of council. The September 2025 expenditure report reports the check numbers 6,170 to 6,344, totaling $5,419,997.66, be approved by council. Starting in 2025, the staff has referred to report to the council the list of checks issued for the month. Our discussion and analysis of the checks are listed and that were issued in September 2025 are listed under the attachment number 1, September 2025 expenditure list. A high-level summary of the checks issued are total number of vendors paid, 146. Total dollar amount of checks issued, $5,419,997.66. Average dollar value per check issued is $30,971.42. The total number of invoices paid was 527. The average dollar value per invoice issued is $10,284.63, and the number of vendors paid over $100,000 was 6. The analysis of the top 6 paid over $100,000 were, starting at the highest, the County of Brantford at $2,858,281.54. This is for the 2025 Q3 PILT and tax levy, as well as the reconciliation from the 2024, which was $932.54. Second was the Brantford County District School Board. It was $719,168.47. Again, it was for the Q3 tax and PILT levy, as well as a credit of $35.84 towards the 2024 refund. Then we have third place was Bonaire Excavating, $248,385.14. It was for the Public Works, the Public Works Petawawa resurfacing for the August 2025 progress payment for the resurfacing on Eichstätt Road. The fourth was Ontario Clean Water Association for $232,845.40 for the monthly contract for the water and sewer service, as well as the Petawawa Drinking Water Supply Reduction Project. Then we have Brantford County Catholic District School Board at $183,050.29 for the Q3 tax and PILT levy, as well as the 2024 tax and PILT levy reconciliation of $208.88. And the rounding of the top 6 was Minister of Finance for the policing for the August 2025 policing services at $150,172 even. That totals $4,391,902.84, which amounts to 81.03% of the invoices paid in September. The checks have been processed and issued. This is to ensure the council is informed of the expenses incurred for the month, and I'm happy to take any questions.
Questions on the report?
All good.
Okay, we're looking good. Everybody's happy, then I need a motion. Moved by Councillor Donovan, seconded by Councillor Roots, that check numbers 6170 to 6344, totaling $5,419,997.66 be approved by council. I'll call for the vote. All in favor? It's carried. Thank you, Paula. Nothing for general matters, no closed meeting. I need a motion to adjourn. Moved by Councillor Coutu, seconded by Councillor Carmody, that the meeting be adjourned at the call of the mayor. I'll call for the vote. All in favor? It's carried.